So, are you like waiting? Are we waiting for Diksha?
Waiting. Let it be. Let her join. So I'll start.
So, because you informed in level 4 group, but she's not in the group. Did you inform her like separately or just in the?
Let me just message her and I'll check here. It's joining. So like can you like other than Tanishka, anyone has used GitHub before for your projects and those things?
Yes, for sharing pro- among all and also publishing the repositories.
Yeah. So was it simple publishing and did you work as a team for your GitHub projects?
Yes, like when we perform some projects, we were sharing that through GitHub links, and we were getting all the files through that, and also we were creating repositories and making it public, private, etc. So, like that.
Okay. So which method did you use? Command line or GitHub desktop?
So GitHub desktop.
So all of you like who have used GitHub desktop.
Yeah, sir.
So I'll just give a brief about GitHub desktop once, introduction and like kind of show you like how it's done. So for others like who have not used GitHub. After that, I'll be teaching you the command line in GitHub how to access and those things. Okay. Is my screen visible?
No, sir.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So initially, like when you want to install GitHub desktop, right? So this is the website where you can download initially the GitHub desktop project. I'll share this one. GitHub desktop. Okay. So you can download this one. Okay. So this is your repository, GitHub repository. So where all your projects will be stored over here. Switch. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'll switch to one more account. Just a minute. I'm just resetting my password. I had forgotten. I'll just reset and I'll just share. Just a minute. Okay. So this is your GitHub desktop. So once you create any account, it'll be given to create repositories. So these repositories are nothing but your projects. So in today's concept, like as I told, we'll be going through the foundations, like working locally from your CMD command line, branching, and you look into till branching part. So this is the collaboration part. So we'll be looking till that session. Okay. So if you know two things, Git and GitHub is there. So Git and GitHub, GitHub is nothing but your enterprise level. So these are like to manage projects for commercial purpose and those kind of things. So Git is nothing but your command line tools. So if you install Git, uh, you can access to GitHub as well. So GitHub is built on top of Git. So this Git, what it does is like it will like kind of be in your local machine itself, and then GitHub it's like hosted as enterprise accessible from any browser. So these two things like it would be similar itself. So what you can do is like you can pull request, like you can publish and you can do the branching everything. So Git is like locally stored. GitHub is like organized by a company, and then you can use it for your project purposes. As I was telling, this is your basic dashboard. So these are your different projects which you have. So currently, like we are creating pay and those kind of things, right? So if you remember, we did many projects in level 4. So for this, we had given access and all the files are present over here. And then if you want someone to collaborate, right? So what you can do is like you can just go to settings over here and then you can give collaborators access. So if you want anyone to make changes to your GitHub, like kind of as a branch person or something like that, you can find that person. Anyone has your GitHub profile name or email ID, I'll just share it to you. Just for the demonstration, I'm just showing. Anyone?
So, can I just share the email?
Yeah, you can just share your email. I'll just send it as a kind of invite, so you can accept it later, or you can leave it as it is. So
Okay.
you can just save as a username or email address if you can give over here, it will work.
So, I'll in the chat box.
Okay. So make sure whenever you're adding any collaborators, right? So they have to register for GitHub. Then only you can invite them for your projects. Yeah, later share. If you come to your this one, right? So your projects.
Shared.
Projects. So you can add people over here. So a number of collaborators you can add. So once you give that email or user address, you should be able to invite them. So if you see the invite is still pending. So also there is time limit for them to accept the invite. So after some time, like kind of this invitation will not work. So make sure whoever you're collaborating with, so they will accept on time. And then coming into the core part, if you see the repository, all where you keep all your project files, so you can see all the project files are assembled properly. So it has kind of a repository style, and as a folder, you can upload all the folders in your project files and existing files inside the folders. You can access those as well. And one thing is that since you're the user and beginners, right? So I would recommend adding a README file. So what it does is like this serves as your entry point for as an introduction. So so I've added just an introduction part. So README file is created over here, .md files. So this would be your starting point, and you can just give it as an instruction, large instruction. If you had seen any GitHub repository, they would have given you the complete instruction like how to install their projects and those kind of things. So you can just add it in readme.md file, and then you can kind of create as a user's manual. So GitHub desktop is already installed. Okay. So once you create, right, so there is repository over there, and then this one current repository. So there are different repositories there, right? So if you see over here, repositories. So there are 9 repositories currently. So I've only accessed 3 repositories. So I'll come over here and then add existing repository. Clone repository. So if you go from clone repository, it will take from the existing one. Uh, Talking about the CDI, this one WeJump project, many projects. So if you can see, it will give you the local path where it has been cloned. So currently my repository is like it's in developments over here. So this is my local path. I can choose the path, different path, but for cloning, I kept it as default path. So I'll clone this. So once done, I can get the GitHub repository so into my system. So it will download all the files automatically. Don't have to do anything. Okay. So current repository is WeJump mini projects. So this one is the thing. You can see history like I just created a MD file 2 minutes ago. So this would reflect in your GitHub repository as well. So whatever the changes you had made, so it will automatically detect. And then this one I added these files on 11 months back. So when I was taking the AI mini projects. So during that time, all these files were added. So that's why it's showing it in green. So it's just showing you the history. Uh, I'll show you if you make any changes is there, right? No changes is there. I'll just show you. So if you see over here, I just took the project in Visual Studio Code. So face news detector, some Just make some changes, just a minute. I just made some changes, so I'll just use as a comment. So I'll save this file. So if I save this and come to my GitHub desktop, right? So it would reflect like I made the changes, so making changes in the code. So whatever the changes has been made, it will try to show like in which file I tried to make the change, and then it will try ask me to commit. Mm, change. So two files. So if I make any changes, so it will automatically reflect. So then what I need to do is like I need to push it to GitHub repository. So I just have to commit these two files to my main branch files. So description, you can these two things are like kind of mandatory. You need to fill in order to commit. So you can just mention changes. So like this others can kind of view your summary and description, what changes you had made. So for that reason, like if you're working with multiple peoples in a team, right? So in order to know like what and all changes made by that person, you have to describe the description and summary. And then what you need to do is like you need to push to origin. So what are changes I made? So that changes would be updated. Then if I go to my GitHub, jump project. So updated now, if you can see over here. So there are total of 8 comments. So this is the latest changes which has been made. So changes app.py, and if you can see over here, right? So what are summary and description I mentioned? It's reflected over here. So if you want to see all your commits, you can just come over here and you can see like what and all changes I made. So in this change, download.py and app.py changes were there. So it's reflecting in my GitHub repository. So is this clear?
So
Any,
Yes.
any doubts to this part? So if there are no doubts, I'll just continue. Okay, if you come to repository over here, right? So there is push and pull. So if someone has made any changes, you want to pull from the repository. So you just have to give pull. So it's trying to get the latest version. And then since there are no changes, right? So it's not pulling anything. What it does is like it will get you the latest code and it will replace with your current code in your project files. So when you give pull, so make sure push is you're committing to the GitHub project. Pull is nothing but you're getting the latest code from the GitHub repository. Okay. So coming into the branching part. So if you're working on any projects, you don't want to like kind of make changes to the main project. So it has to be like kind of version 1 or version 2, and you want it as it is. But you still need to make some changes in code some part. So then you'll go towards branching. So that is where uh, this GitHub is helpful because it can keep your old files as it is, and you can also keep on making changes. So I'll just add a new branch. So test. So just created a branch and I'm publishing this branch. So if you can see over here, it's reflecting two branches on this branch test. By default, it would be there. So if I make any particular changes, for example, mm, s- so I want it to only reflect in this branch test. So what I need to do is like, okay, I'll commit into branch test. So I'll just push this one. Paste. Currently, this is in main branch. So you're seeing this, it's mentioning me like kind of branch test at recent pushes. So should I compare and pull to the main branch? So if you want any other person from your team member, so yes, work separately in a different branch, and you want to take particular code into your main code. So that is when you compare and pull request. So this is the description and this is the thing. And it will give you like what and all changes it had made. So you can just go through all the things. So if you can see able to merge, create pull request. So once you click on this one, so for the main branch, it will be automatically updated. Confirm merge. So this is how you merge from different branches into your main branch. So if you can see the recent change, it's replicating. Is this fine on merging of branches and creating of branches?
Yes.
Anyone, any other doubts?
No, sir.
So if you go into your projects, right? So you can see this code part over here. So what it does is like, so it will give you the GitHub repository URL. So this URL in command line, what we do is like we just copy this URL. So if you want to clone or fork into your system, so what we do is like we'll use this URL in order to clone to our systems. Or else there is one more better option. So you can download it as a zip. So the complete project repository would be downloaded as a zip, and you can go to your path and you can just download the files and then utilize. Okay. So this is for the clone part. Then there is forking part. So we won't like look into fork. Only like clone is enough. Okay. So clone is nothing but over here, like we try to see the clone repository, right? So if you want to create new repository, you can just create new repository. And then if you want to add any existing projects from your system, you can just add it to your GitHub repository. So currently I don't have any as of now. In order to add, create a new repository. So what I'll do is like I'll create for it. Right. Okay. Local path I'm just choosing as it is. Choose a different one. Let it be. Okay. Publish repository. As of now, I'm keeping it this code as private, so public no one can see. So I'll publish this repository. So a new repository has been created. 10 repositories. So this Rack app. So I'll share this with Maria, Abhishek, Diksha, and Kines. So later I'll share this with you. So we can start working together later. Is this clear how to create?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, but small doubts.
Yeah.
So, if I like download the zip file of the repository and then I open it in my GitHub desktop and make changes in it, will it reflect to the? Will it be only local or will it reflect in the website too?
Okay. The thing is that when you download a zip file, right? So you'd have set the path for your GitHub desktop. Like when you're setting it up, you'd have set the local path. So you have to paste that zip file inside that local path, the whatever path you had set, right? So if you just
Okay.
copy the whole repository, so it will automatically reflect.
Okay.
So it's better, like if you're using GitHub desktop, it's better to use add clone repository. So it would be taken automatically to your local path and it will automatically update. So if you want to clone, that's why you can just paste your URL repository. So if I want to use someone's GitHub repository, right? Some public repository. So I can just give the URL. Then I can clone those as well. For example, okay, so this is developed by completely by someone, right? So what I can go do over here is like I can just copy the URL, can go to my GitHub desktop, paste this, and I can clone. Is this clear?
Okay.
Let's see over here. It's not reflecting. What I did was like I just cloned from some other's project. So I'm not committed to my repository. So it's not reflecting that. So what I
Okay.
did was I cloned from other public repository and I did. So if I want to push, I need to create like kind of commit, then only it will go to my GitHub repository. So these are the basic usage of GitHub using GitHub desktop. So as I told, we'll try to use by command line as well. So we'll be working on your Visual Studio Code most of the time. So what you have is that you have your terminals. Okay. So I can download Git from over here, and I need to install. So Git I need to install. So Git for Windows 64. So we need to install this Git in order to use it as a command line. So you can use this command line as well. So that will be an option. Next. You have to use this Minty, like kind of terminal for this. Like kind of you can install with predefined ones. So I'll just share the link in WhatsApp group as well. So I'm just showing you this installation setup because like when you're setting up, right? So we need to set up few credentials since we are using it from the terminal and it's hosted locally in the system, right? So some configuration has to be made. So I'm making those. Also, we'll try to do this along with me, so there are no issues. So this is just the basic simple command in order to check if Git is installed properly in your system. So it's giving me version 2.55. So then what I need to do is like I have to tell this Git. I have to give my full name and then I have to give email address and then I have to commit to main branch and those kind of things. So what we do is like git config git config minus global. Okay. So then I need to give the email address. User dot. So I set my username as well as my email address. So globally it would be accessing. And then once it's set, you don't have to set it every time. So this is the initial setup we are trying to do. Is this clear? What I did was like I just installed Git. So I just checked like whether it's installed. And then I just configured my name and email address.
So should we give the exact name that we given for the Gmail like before for the account?
You have to give your exact username and as you had given in the GitHub repository.
Okay.
So what we'll try to do is like local system will try to see first. Then how to push to the GitHub browser. We'll check that as well. So first what I need to do is like whenever I'm trying to create from this Git bash, right? So I need to create one project folder. So for that I'll be using mkdir. So this is nothing but make directory and give it as test record. So this repository is created. So I'll move to this test record. So if you can see over here, I'm inside this test repository folder. So CD is nothing but I'm going inside the test repository created folder. So then what I need to do is like I need to initiate Git uh, functionalities and libraries. So for that I'll use Git initiate. So this will initiate your repository. So if you see over here, this is the path where my current repository is present. So C users cd test repo.git file has been created. So in order to verify, since we are in test repo, this is the master file. So this is the main repository. So if I give ls minus, I think so, yeah. So ls minus la will give you the files inside the folder and those things. So when it was created and including the master folder, it will give you like what and all is present. So in GitHub, if you see over here, right? So whatever we were trying to do. So we were getting history. So one commit and those kind of things. Similarly, in Git bash, like when you're doing in Git. So if I give Git status, it will just give me like on branch master. So this is a test repo. and then there are no commits yet. Like since there are no commits, nothing to commit, and you can just create any files and copy files, and they can do those. So just create one sample, so .md file. So for that, I can give echo, tag, and whatever it has to be there inside. Mhm. So whatever I'm creating, creating in me dot define. Just created the readme.md file. We'll just check that. So if you can see over here, right? So readme.md file is created. So if I want to clone other projects, right? If you see over here, I'm trying to clone here. So what I'll do is like git clone. So it's trying to clone from the URL into my local GitHub repository. So I just have to give git clone and the URL. Yes. So if you can see, like stable diffusion folder has been created. So we'll give cd. If you can see, all the files has been cloned and it's present for your access. Is this clear till this part? So cloning. So using the command line, how you can do the same thing.
Yes, sir.
So I'll just give git status. So if you have seen in the changes we had been making, right? CD, I just went back to the test repo master this one, and then I'll give git status. So if you can see, still there are no commits, but there are files created. Readme.md file and stable.diffusion. So if I want to commit, just have to give git commit. Sorry. So on branch master, initial commit has been made. So these are still at git track.
Sir, I'm getting the same problem.
You're getting the same?
Yes, sir. Like, I try to run git status, but it's giving the same thing. Untracked files.
Yeah, like we are just committing that one. We have to push that one, right?
So like I haven't changed anything yet. Like
That
I
is
just
what.
created a
Just
file, the
commit.
readme. Okay, sir.
We just committed initial commit. So it's just mentioning these are the files I need to push.
Okay.
Uh, Start trying this. Any doubts till this part?
Sir, can you show uh, above? Can you please scroll up? Yes, sir.
Is it done? It's not pushed and doesn't have any comments. I think so. I need to add files for this one, but it's committing automatically.
Sir, what does git log do?
So it will just give you like the recent changes which I made. So what and all the changes if you had seen over here, right? So for example, so 33 commits were there. So this is not. So if you see this commit over here, right? So it's giving me this log. So what and all changes I made and those kind of things. So that would be displayed. It's kind of the log, like what and all I committed. And if you can see the commit code over here and who has made the changes, those would be kept tracked and that would be given as when you give git log. So I just have to add all the files, then I have to commit. So this is changes. So it would give me like the changes file, new file. So it's just asking me to write any message. Just a minute. Not saving for some reason that message. Let's go to the same time. Okay, I'll just send you the instructions for this one. Some issue is there with this. So what I just have to do is like I just have to write the message like what are changes I had made, and then I just have to press escape or control C, and then I have to type WQ over here. I need to change the recent changes made. I need to have committed automatically. I'll just share this working video with you as well. So I'll look into this one. So that is how you commit your Git. Select. After committing, what I need to do is like I need to push, right? So I just have to give Git remote add origin, and then I need to give this link whatever I was creating, right? So I'll just copy this as of now. So if I have access, right? So we'll just give this one git remote add. So that uh, repository origin is added. So what I need to do is like once after it's committed only I can push. So if I push now, it will be an issue. So what I need to do is like git push I have to give. So this should push your repository to uh, GitHub. I'll share the working video of this one after resolving that issue. So git commit some issue is there now. Okay. Hope this is clear on command line.
Sir, I'm not able to get out of that commit screen.
Okay, so what you need to do is like press escape or either control C you can press. So you'll get this type QA and press enter, right? So what you need to do is like press QA or type this way. You need to add this double colon as well. It will abort. Hope this is clear. I just have to send you commit and push. Some issue is there. Guinness, were you able to share?
Sir, I'm still trying. Just give me a second.
You can share your screen. Can you press Control C?
Sir,
Can you type double colon? Change. Yeah, WQ. Okay, Q or WQ. QA is fine. Press enter. Or else WQ press. Control C press once again. Then you can put 10 double colon and WQ can press. Control C or press, right?
yes, sir.
So double colon and WQ. WQ is not working. WQ need to press.
WQ. Yes, sir.
WQ.
Yes.
Change one file changed. Okay, it's committed for you now.
Okay, sir.
So git log, can you press? Git log command, can you check? So author and date, trying to create a test changes. So if you can see that whatever changes you had made, right? So that
Yes.
description came for this one. So it's committed and then you can push later.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
it's waiting for you. Okay. So it was simple. For some issues, commit is coming. Okay. Others, any doubt?
No, sir.
So if there are no doubts, wind up this session. So hope usage of Git and Git desktop and Git is understandable. So is it add? Once you start using, you'll get to know more usage things. So you can start using. So if there are more doubts, you can just ask me. I'll help you out.
Sir, what about the manual merging?
Manual merging.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you need to do is like you need to create one branch. So for that command line, so git branch is there. So git branch and then git branch. Branch. So I need to create. Just create this. Filter not a valid object name master. Was my screen shared?
No, sir.
I'll share that. No reason. I just have to check my Git. Some issue is there. I'll just check this one of this repository. So if you give Git branch, right, and the branch name, so it will automatically create this branch. So Kines, can you try this one and you can share your screen? Stop sharing. Kines, can you share your screen if it is possible?
Yes, sir. Just a
You
second.
can type Git branch and any name you can give. Then we'll test once.
So I just reopen this right now. Should this be in any directory?
Sorry?
Like I just reopened it right now. Like should this be in any directory or something?
Your project directory. Can you give ls minus ls? Can you give ls minus and l also?
LA
Test
also.
repo is there, right? CD test repo. Okay, you're in the master. Now git branch and name. Give it as a test or something. Okay, it's created for you. Okay.
Yes.
So what you can do is like git commit, like kind of whenever you're making branch commit, right? So you can give it as git branch minus n. No, not minus n is rename. So, right, if you give git commit only, it should automatically work. Yeah. Can you give test? No branch master. The thing to commit working tree. Okay. So if you give git commit and the branch name, it should commit to that one automatically. So since you have nothing to commit, right? So space, and if you give test, it will commit to that. Space test. Can you check the branches? Git switch main. Git space switch.
Switch, sir.
Switch space test press enter. Okay, now it's test. You can commit now. Yeah. Don't give test. So it's already in test, right? So it will take automatically. So this is on branch test. So there are nothing to commit. So if you want, you can make any changes and you can commit and test once.
Yes.
So this is clear, right? So manually you can kind of create a branch and you can commit to that as well. So cloning is done. And then If you want to push, as I told, need to give the URL and you can push. So that also we can do. Okay.
The
So
merging?
what you need to do is like git branch minus merge minus merge, and to main like master you need to merge, right? So you have to give master. So you can type git branch minus merged space master. So if you give this one, it will go to master and it will try to merge.
Is it done, sir?
Yeah, it's done. Like you can see the changes, right? Test and those things. So it's merged already.
Okay, sir.
So if you give git push and git URL, so it will automatically push. So hope this is clear on manual usage of git. Everyone, any doubts? So it's better use git desktop. So I gave you this manual thing because most of the places you'll be working with terminal and those things. So that is where this git would come in handy. So sometimes the desktops might be not working, and so for that reason. And most of the cases you'll be using virtual machines for your any projects code or something like that. So that is where we'll mainly use this git command line tools. So most of your companies are those companies which give you their laptop to work on projects or something like that, right? So they won't give you access to sometimes they won't give you access to GitHub desktop. So they'll just install Git and they'll just give you access and those things. So that is where you need to use your command lines. So since we are using our personal laptops, we can use GitHub desktop and we can utilize. Okay, hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you're having any doubts, you can mention, or else we'll wind up this session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Tanishka, you can stop the recording.